This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
It's early morning in the small town of St. Ingbert in the western German state of Saarland. Thomas Peterman and his wife are getting their butcher shop ready for the day. In Saarland, it's said that a butcher is measured against the quality of his Lyoner sausage. And the quality here has made Butcher Peterman's one of the best, not only in the state, but in the entire country for 25 years straight.
Analoch Lyoner. So, wenn ich Häken haben, ein bisschen schöner inräumen.
This family-run business has been a proud staple in the community for the past 84 years, but Germany's energy crisis threatens to jeopardize its future. Energy usage is high here for the production and cooling of their 200 specialized meat products.
Also wir haben im Moment im letzten Jahr Elektrizität 100.000 Kilowattstunden gehabt. Ja, das ist schon so der normale Durchschnitt. Ich meine, wir müssen, wie gesagt, die Kühlmaschine laufen, das Fleisch muss gekühlt werden. Da kann man jetzt nicht sagen, wir können jetzt so irgendwas abschalten oder wir haben schon vieles umgestellt. Also wir haben die ganze Beleuchtung ist LED. Dann haben wir Photovoltaik auf dem Dach. Also wir sind doch schon relativ gut aufgestellt. Aber also im Moment schon die Preisentwicklung ist schon dramatisch.
Mr. Peterman has a fixed contract for electricity for a few more months, and he has made changes designed to save energy, but his monthly electricity bill still runs upwards of 4,000 euros.
Also bei anderen Kollegen, die haben schon die müssen teilweise das Doppelte zahlen. Wenn man holt, dass man so monatliche Abschlagszahlungen von 4.000 Euro haben, dann wäre das 8.000 Euro im Monat. Dann müssen wir schon überlegen, ob wir Personal entlassen oder wie wir halt weiterverfahren, dass wir überhaupt überleben können.
He is not alone. Many small and medium-sized businesses, already struggling to recoup losses from COVID-19, are being weighed down further by rising food and energy prices.
Hat sich wesentlich erhöht dieses Jahr. Also die Bauern brauchen ist der Diesel viel teurer geworden. Und somit ist Fleisch und die Futtermittel alles viel teurer geworden. Das Fleisch, kann man sagen, hat sich fast verdoppelt. Und wir merken halt auch, dass der Kunde zurückhaltend ist, weil die Leute halt auch selbst wenig Geld haben.
According to the International Monetary Fund, rising energy costs alone slashed the average German household's total spending power in 2022 by 4%. Mr. Peterman's wife Sabine, who works at the front of the shop, says she sees the impact.
Ja, man merkt schon, dass die Kundschaft halt zurückhaltender ist beim Einkauf, ne? Dass sie halt weniger kaufen, ne? Wie vorher. Und auch weniger hierher kommen. Ich denke, die gehen dann eher wieder so Richtung Supermarkt, weil es dort halt günstiger ist, ne? Durch die Angebote dort.
Germany's Federal Statistical Office says that since Berlin began cutting the country's dependence on cheap Russian energy, gas prices for non-household customers, such as businesses the size of Mr. Peterman's butcher shop, have increased nearly 39%, while electricity has gone up 19%. The problem is that energy alternatives are not cheap. To keep up with demand while it builds up its own renewable energy infrastructure, Germany has had to import gas and oil from more expensive sources, passing those costs, in part, on to the customer.
Ja gut, ich meine, ich kann das nachvollziehen, dass man da irgendwelche Sanktionen machen muss. Aber dass unser Gas jetzt so verknappt wird, dass bei uns der ganze Mittelstand irgendwo vor die Hunde geht. Also ich weiß von einigen Firmen, die jetzt zusperren müssen. Das bringt uns auch nicht weiter. Also wir müssten langsam mal nach unserem eigenen Volk gucken. Und es ist ja gut, dass wir überall helfen wollen oder sonst irgendwas. Aber irgendwann ist es halt auch mal am Ende. Also es geht mittlerweile bei uns in unserem deutschen Mittelstand um die Existenz. Und das kann man nicht mehr so ganz nachvollziehen.
Mr. Peterman hopes to hand the family business down to his son, like the generations before him have done.
Die Frau Sauer will jetzt eine Bude bestellen.
But the current situation leaves that uncertain.
Im Moment, wenn es so bleiben sollte und die große Preissteigerung bei der Elektrik kommt, dann sehe ich ziemlich schwarz da drauf. Also wir haben, wie gesagt, wir haben ja Gott sei Dank einen Sohn hinten dran, der weitermachen möchte, der ist jetzt 24. Aber wie das halt in Zukunft dann weitergeht, wenn die Preiserhöhungen, so wie sie im Moment angekündigt sind, greifen, wäre man nicht überleben können. Also die Kollegen, die haben schon Verträge beim Stromversorger, die jetzt auslaufen. Die haben jetzt neue angeboten bekommen. Die sind dann 2- oder 3-mal so teuer, wie das vorher war. Und da muss man sagen, dann rentiert das sich nicht mehr, dass sie weitermachen. Wir sehen schon mit großer Sorge in die Zukunft.
Many people across Germany are concerned. Gas prices for households have jumped close to 18%, pushing people to do whatever they can to conserve as much heat as possible.
Die Gläser.
In the southern German city of Munich, handyman Christian Treffer is being kept extremely busy. His home repair company, located in Olympiadorf, a sprawling residential area consisting of around 3,500 units built for the 1972 Olympic Games, has been inundated with requests from residents looking to have refits done on their homes to keep their heating bills manageable.
Doppelte Tür eingebaut. Und diese Türe, die muss nach außen ausschauen, als ob nichts passiert wäre. Aber es soll trotzdem Sicherheitstür sein und energiesparend, weil eben kein Durchzug und kein Lärm sein soll. Also wir haben jetzt praktisch hier eine Tür, eine Furnier genommen, das ähnlich ist wie die alten Furniere. Also die schließen nicht richtig. Und durch das, dass sie nicht richtig schließen, zieht auch viel Kälte rein und viel Hitze. Also es ist nicht okay. Und jetzt haben wir halt einige, weil wir haben da herin den Boden, die Fenster gemacht und jetzt soll halt auch eine neue Tür rein.
Christian says he's working on a number of different apartments at once, trying to get as much as possible done during the winter.
Ja, komm. 95 habe ich angefangen damit. Und es waren praktisch die ersten Leute, die gesagt haben, sie möchten was machen, weil irgendwann wird die Energie zu teuer. Und jetzt sind die nächsten 10 Aufträge auch schon im Haus. Ja, da schaut's.
In another apartment, the owners have decided on a complete makeover.
Hier Isolierglasfenster. Da ist die Isolierung drauf. Alles raus, alles neu, weil es sind 50 Jahre. Ja. Und das ist halt, jetzt machen wir halt hier mit den, man merkt ja diese Isolation. Weil da habe ich auch dafür gesorgt, dass da solare Energie, solare Gewinne reinkommen. Also dass man halt auf der Südseite nicht so viel Energie spart. Weil wenn man nach außen Energie spart, spart es auch nach innen Energie. Und dass die Sonne reinkommt. Auf der Nordseite ist es wichtig, weil da ist keine Sonne. Also und die Kälte da, also da muss richtig toll isoliert sein.
However, these apartment refits are not cheap. And with less disposable income these days, as Christian explains, you need to assess if it's really worth it.
Die Stromkosten, die gehen ja so auf. Also ich habe jetzt zu Hause habe ich eine Abrechnung gekriegt, da waren vorher 70 € und jetzt sind es 200 € Nebenkosten. Vom Strom 24 Cent auf 58 Cent. Also das Doppelte. Das sieht der Blinder schon vor Jahren. Jetzt, wo jetzt die ganzen Preise nach oben gegangen sind, erfahren wir, ui, wir müssen jetzt was machen. Ja, und jetzt kommen natürlich alle rein und sagen, sie möchten.
If we had in Germany, in Europe, done more energy saving, more electric heat pumps in heating, more solar panels on roofs, more wind turbines onshore and offshore in the last 10 years, before today, we would be in a much better energy security situation than we are.
With the German government now racing to make up for lost time, progress is finally being seen in diversifying energy supplies. There has been increased investment in renewable energy projects. There have been more discussions around hydrogen. And by building its first liquefied natural gas terminal, Germany has substantially widened its import options. Meanwhile, to help ease the price hikes, Berlin has promised a whopping €200 billion energy relief package, which will start capping gas and electricity prices for all as of this March. While it's hoped this is enough to keep Germans warm this winter, other European countries are facing more difficult times. In the United Kingdom, many households are struggling due to their heavy reliance on gas to heat homes. Unlike Germany, where less than 50% of homes are heated by gas, the most expensive energy source, in the UK, it's a staggering 85%. According to the IMF, people's disposable income here will be over 8% less this year as a result of having to pay higher energy bills, compared to only 4% in Germany, in large part due to Berlin's energy relief package. This is changing lives. Dom's food mission in the quaint seaside town of Hastings in southeast England has seen a spike in the number of recipients needing their support.
We're dropping to a family today, and what I'm doing is getting a food parcel ready. Yeah. And we've got these crates as well, yeah?
Jo Kilmartin, a coordinator here, has been preparing a lot more of these parcels recently.
It's probably risen by at least, I would say, 70%. In the last 3 or 4 months, we've seen an increase dramatically of people now really, really struggling. Everybody's affected.
Gas prices in the UK have risen by a massive 141% since the winter of 2021-2022, while electricity is up 65%, leading to a huge increase in daily inquiries for their food mission.
We get frozen meals donated to us. They're having to struggle now. Do we heat the house? I might be a working person that needs to put fuel in the car. And the majority of the time, they want to keep warm more than going to do a food shop. So the balance is phenomenal now. So what do? Do you keep your house warm, or do you put food on the table?
On average, Dom's food mission distributes over 2 tons of food per week, donated by local businesses, grocery stores, and even hospitals.
Hi Claire, it's Jo from Dom's Food Mission. How are you? Good. We're probably going to be with you about 11 o'clock. Is that okay?
Today, Jo is delivering a food parcel to Claire, a 41-year-old mother of 5 who worked as a senior carer in a home for the blind until she fell ill last April.
So what we've got here, Claire, is you've got all your frozen food.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Got you some nice treats.
Thank you.
Flowers, as always.
Lovely, thank you.
Claire's health condition and rising costs have made it extremely difficult for her and her family to get by.
Dog food, because I know you've got a dog.
At first it was £10 extra a day on the electric, and now it's going up to 15 to 17. That is where most of our income is going. So it's just been horrific. If Dom's didn't bring this stuff to me, I wouldn't have had anything, because the money I would have spent on this food has to go on the gas and the electric.
According to the energy think tank Ember, 40% of the UK's electricity mix is generated by gas, leading to higher electricity prices, whereas in Germany it's only 15%. Even though Claire's husband is fully employed, they still struggle month to month.
Well, we often don't have gas. Most of the time we can't afford to have gas, which isn't nice for anybody. You know, no hot water in the kitchen is a nightmare when you've got children.
The largest disparity in Europe between rich and poor when it comes to the proportion of household budgets spent on energy is seen in the UK. An analysis by the IMF found that the poorest 10% of UK households spent almost 18% of their budget on energy last year, whereas the richest 10% spent just 6.1%. On the other side of town, 71-year-old Daphne Edwards and her husband have started using their wood-burning fireplace to reduce their gas usage.
Yeah, we're going to do it more often than we ever have before, that's for certain.
Rising energy prices have also forced these 2 pensioners back to work. Daphne now has a part-time job cooking for nuns at a local convent.
It's a big old house. In fact, there's 2 houses. So I cooked for both houses. I'm left on my own in the kitchen. I just love cooking. So it's a nice environment to work in, and people are very friendly. Well, I never thought I would be going back to work.
While it's only 3 mornings a week that she works, it's just that little bit extra financially that helps keep her and her husband afloat.
Yeah, my son worked out that it's about £15 a day. You're talking of £400 a month for gas and electric. But come April, they reckon it's going up again. So, you know, and a pension for a single person is about £700. That doesn't leave much for, you know, other things every day.
This has led the couple to start changing their habits.
Need a lot more logs though, won't we? It's just this consciousness. Never in my whole life of 70 years had turned heating off, watch the lights, go behind and turn the lights off. I don't know how people manage. I mean, we're managing because we've got ourselves extra jobs and my husband, but we couldn't just manage on a government pension. There's no way.
Like Claire, they too receive the £400 energy bill support scheme payment, which helps with energy costs for 6 months, and a cap has been placed on how much energy companies can charge per kilowatt hour. But come April, that will loosen, allowing prices to rise again. Many in the UK argue that London has not done enough to rectify the energy crisis long term, such as rolling out a promised large-scale housing insulation program or driving rapid growth in the renewable energy sector. This leaves many people uncertain of their future.
I just don't see us getting out of this. I really don't. And the country in general, I just don't see how we're going to fix this. What is going to happen?
Well, nobody knows what the future holds. I think there is more the government could do. But when I hear of mums not being able to feed their kids or they're going without food to allow their children to eat, I think that shouldn't be in this day and age and in our country, really.
I think we've not even hit the tip of the iceberg now. It's going to get worse.
While the EU has managed to reduce energy supplies from Russia from 45% to around 14% over the past few months, there is still a long way to go, warns the International Energy Agency. The IAE is calling on the 27-member bloc and the UK to speed up their delivery of renewables and other alternatives to national power grids in order to avoid a shortage next winter, cautioning that this crisis is not over and that next winter may be much more difficult than this one.